Hi, everybody. Welcome to part two. If you guys were here earlier, or if you've had a chance to catch up with part one, then you'll know I did a political tarot tea time this afternoon because it's election day. And wow, what a difference a few hours makes, you guys. Holy smokes. So, when I did the reading on just kind of like what's going on like right now with our country, and we were looking at like, are things going to change and what's going on with the Trump administration, and like, will things get better in 2026? Heat Lifer had a really good request, and we got like such an interesting reading. Basically, it was just like things are going to start changing by the end of 2026. In the beginning, there might be some like pushback, but it was like a really good reading, and I was left with a lot of hope. Well, then, went about the evening, we walked the dogs, did all the things. And now here's the update. And dare I say, now I believe that part one tarot tea reading even more. And I am filled with so much hope. So let's check in on what's going on now. Here's where we're at. As of this evening, November 4th, the results of some of the elections. Okay, so Democrats have shown strength in the first major elections after President Trump's reelection. Virginia Governor Abigail Spanberger defeated Republican Winsome Earl Sears. That is going to be like the first female governor of Virginia, and obviously a Democrat. NYC Mayor newcomer Zoran Mamdani, beat Andrew Cuomo and Republican Curtis Silva. Guys, New Jersey Governor Navy, what? I'm sorry, I cannot read right now. I think I'm too excited. New Jersey Governor Navy veteran Mikey Sherrill, hope I said that right, beat businessman Jack Ciattarelli, and that is a Democratic governor for New Jersey. What is happening, you guys? The earlier tarot tea, I mean, we're already getting confirmation on that prediction, and like, that's amazing. Like, I couldn't be happier. And then last, but certainly not least in the slightest, the most exciting news, in my opinion, California's Prop 50, the redistricting expected, well, as of this post, it was expected to pass, but it's passed now. And this could actually sway control of Congress, which would make that earlier tarot tea reading that was very hopeful true. So, guys, I think things are balancing back out. Are we starting to see the light at the end of the tunnel? Oh, I think so. Okay. What an amazing day. All right, guys. So let's finish our tarot tea readings from earlier. So we have this story and then the next story, which is, oh my God, it's so funny. Like, I can't wait to get to it. But let's do this story. This is like a positive, kind of funny story. If you guys haven't checked out part one yet, you have to. It's juicy. It's like kind of like the darker version of the political tea. And then I guess we saved the best for last. We're like in a better vibe now. Okay, so here we go. Billie Eilish. This has been a really big story. And you guys say hi if you're in here. I see a few people in here. Say hello. Okay, so Billie Eilish. So this was great. I really admire Billie Eilish for doing this, and I think it's pretty hilarious. So Billie Eilish has something to say. Stepping up to the podium at the Wall Street Journal Innovator Awards, she was honored with the Music Innovator Award. The artist used her platform to pose a simple yet striking question to the room. Love that she used her platform for this. She said, if you're a billionaire, why are you a billionaire? Interesting question. According to People magazine, when Eilish continued by joking, love you all, but there's a few people in here that have a lot more money than me. If you're a billionaire, why are you a billionaire? No hate, but yeah, give your money away, shorties. The audience broke into laughter and applause, except for Mark Zuckerberg, who reportedly did not join in. He did not seem amused. Hi, Nellie. How's it going? Welcome. Hope you're having a good night. We're in a time right now where the world is really, really bad and really dark, and people need empathy and help more than ever, especially in our country, she continued, addressing a crowd that included Mark Zuckerberg, his wife, Priscilla Chan, who was also honored for her work in science philanthropy. And I'd say if you have money, it would be great to use it for good things and maybe give to some people that need it. Beautiful. I think that was an amazing thing to say. And then she did something even more amazing. She put her money where her mouth is, and she donated $11.5 million from her Hit Me Hard and Soft tour proceeds to charities focused on food security, which a lot of people need right now. I learned today that 1 in 8 Americans uses SNAP. So, like, that's a lot of our fellow Americans. So amazing that she donated that to food security and climate justice. Yes, please. The environment needs us. So she said, no hate, but yeah, give your money away, shorties. And then she did. Okay, very cool. So I wanted to look at her birth chart. And then I also have Mark Zuckerberg's birth chart because I'm just very curious. Very curious. So let's look at this and see what's going on. Hi, Kunyar. I'm great. How are you? So we're not going to do a Luke and Nick tonight. Would you say if it's a political reading? I'm going to keep. Oh, thank you so much, Kunyar. I appreciate that. Yes, the next live, we will. I promise you. Luke and Nick, thank you for understanding. You're so sweet. I appreciate it so much. Yes, today is the very important day. And we're getting some positive outcomes. All right. So Billie Eilish's birth chart. Let me pull up. And I had everything all set up earlier. Hold on. Bear with me. Let me pull up the charts. I got to be able to read them on my screen. One sec. Here we go. Here we go. Okay. So I want to look at Billie Eilish's birth chart because, I mean, she's one of the few celebrities who has openly addressed billionaires, the issue of having billionaires in this country, especially at this time, and then went on to give away $11.5 million, which is just amazing. So I wanted to look at her birth chart and see kind of what's going on for her, you know, what's going on. So she has her sun in Sagittarius. Love that. People with Sagittarius energy tend to be big thinkers. Sagittarius is ruled by Jupiter, and that is the planet of generosity, big ideas. Those people also have a lot of respect for other cultures because Sagittarius is like the world traveler. They have independent ideas and they're not afraid to push the boundaries. And it's amazing. I love it. She really does live that sun and Sagittarius energy. So she has her moon in Aquarius, you guys, and that shouldn't surprise us at all because we've been talking a lot about Aquarian energy. We talked about it earlier as well in the previous live stream. And what we know about Aquarians right now, especially, is that with Pluto in Aquarius for the next 20 years, I mean, for her in particular, Pluto is like right there with her moon, which is her emotions. So Pluto disrupts things. And if we're looking at this in a positive light, Pluto can entice you to want to move, to want to rebuild things, tear things down and rebuild. So she really did that. She tore down what she saw as an injustice, these billionaires in our country just amassing more and more money while they pay their workers less and less and get more and more tax cuts. And it's just like, what? Like and a lot of people who are on SNAP benefits and who get government assistance, a lot of those people have full-time jobs and they just can't afford things like healthcare or their rent. It's just, it doesn't make sense when we really look at it. And so people like Mark Zuckerberg, Jeff Bezos, you know, these people really take advantage of the tax cuts available to them. They take advantage of the system that we currently have in the US. And it just creates this very small group of people that have a lot of money, billionaires. And I heard that Elon Musk might become the first trillionaire. Like, you know, meanwhile, 1 in 8 Americans are on SNAP. So and a lot of people are struggling to pay their everyday bills. I also like heard another statistic that like, oh, I forgot how many, you guys, but it's most people in the United States could not pay a random $400 bill if it came up. You guys know I also love animals. I do a lot of work with animal shelters. The animal shelter crisis has gotten so much worse because a lot of people can't afford their groceries, their rent. And I'm just so worried about what's going to happen this next month and beyond as, you know, health insurance and all of those things get more expensive. And now people without SNAP benefits, I mean, some people are making choices about whether they can feed their families or their pets. I mean, it's like so heartbreaking. And we live in a country that has so much wealth available. It just needs to be redistributed. So that's very Pluto in Aquarius thinking. I also have Aquarius rising. So, what can I say? That's how I think as well. So I think that's really amazing that we are seeing her live this transit of Pluto really being conjunct her moon. So she is starting to share her feelings. The moon is, your feelings, your emotions. She's starting to be open about that. And Pluto is like making big changes. So she's really doing it. I love that about her. Her Venus is in Sagittarius as well. So she loves people from other cultures. She loves big ideas. She's definitely a dreamer. You guys, she's a Pisces rising as well. And if you just look at her, like look at her eyes. I mean, this is what I think I was talking about this. It was like a couple weeks ago when I think Penny D asked what a Pisces rising looks like. And this is a Pisces rising. Like, look at those big, beautiful ocean eyes. Maybe I even talked about her. I don't remember now, but she is like such a great example of looking like your rising sign. I mean, as a Pisces rising, she has that song Ocean Eyes, and she truly does have those big, beautiful ocean eyes. I mean, she looks like ethereal. That's very Pisces. Pisces dances between this world and the next. They swim in the deep. So she's a person of a lot of depth. Her Mars is also in Pisces. And when you have Mars on your ascendant, just like Donald Trump has, actually, we talked about that in the last live stream, Mars on your ascendant makes you a go-getter. You're going to tell people what you think, which, I mean, she's astrology in the wild, not afraid to speak your mind. This is the warrior. It can be the warrior for good, which we're seeing with her. And it's just an amazing placement. Okay, let me check in with what you guys are saying. Gunyar says, also happy that guy became NYC mayor. I know, me too. His campaign was great, as I saw from social media. Yes, really great. I agree with you. And I'm just so happy to see some positive changes. It's really nice. It's really nice. We've had a lot of darkness and a lot of bad news, here in the US. It's just been like, everything has just been sad, and people being deprived of things, and people suffering, and like animals suffering. I mean, I've never seen anything like it, and the media and people's rights, and like, who even knows, it's just, you wake up every day and you're like, what is it going to be now? And it's just so amazing to see that at the first opportunity, it could have gone either way. I was hopeful, but even that tarot reading, I didn't want to get too excited in part one earlier today, but it's just so nice to see that the people are showing up, and that like it makes you feel like you're not the only one who feels this way, that the majority of people also feel this way. So it unifies us. Again, Pluto and Aquarius, it's the shift. Okay. So that's Billie Eilish, beautiful birth chart. Okay. Now let's look at Mark Zuckerberg's birth chart. Gird your loins, friends. Lord. Oh, wait, hold on. I gotta put it on yours. Okay, there we go. Oh, Lord. Okay, so we didn't have his birth time. This lovely, lovely gentleman. But we can just interpret the planets that we do have. And what we see is that he has his sun in Taurus. Now, we talked about this with JD Vance and Donald Trump in part one. Taurus energy, when it's in the negative, okay, we are looking at this from like more of a negative lens. That is an indicator of greed, okay? Because Taurus is an earth sign. Think pentacles. Taurus loves money. Taurus loves security, stability, and they're very, very stubborn. So I did not see him as a Taurus, but now that I look at it and like reflecting on some things that we know about him, I'm like, that actually completely fits. So he is someone who just loves money, stability, security. And I think he's gotten a little lost in the sauce. I mean, you can become addicted. It's like Gollum, my precious, like, how much money do you really need? Do you know what I mean? Like, wouldn't you feel better in your heart and soul knowing that you could give it to other people and see their happiness and their joy? I would. Like, what? Anyway, so he needs to just reorient. Oh my God, guys, he also has his Venus in Taurus, love of money. He's like obsessed. It's like an addiction at this point. this is like an addiction. We're going to pull some cards on him. I'm actually very curious. But this to me is someone who's actually addicted to amassing wealth. Okay. Also, some other intense placements, we'll say. Moon in Scorpio. As a fellow Moon in Scorpio person, you got to be careful with your Moon in Scorpio. Okay. This can go, it can go one of two ways. And like, you can either become incredibly, again, stubborn. This is the detective. You kind of want what you want, very sensitive, but also like intense. If you're immature about things, ooh, it can be a real mess. So he actually, I mean, this could be like a big ego. Yeah. Difficult. Again, difficult. Okay, and then his Mars is also in Scorpio. Ooh, ooh, Mars and the moon in Scorpio. So this is fighting for what you want. This is the type of person who, like, if he wants something, especially that has to do with money, like, you're not going to stop this person. You're just not. They will not stop. They can't, it's like they can't see reason. All they see is what they want. Oh no, Jupiter and Capricorn as well. Capricorn is the boss associated with work and money. Jupiter expands what it touches. I mean, this birth chart is like a love of power and money. Because I will say, Scorpio placements, one of the negative sides of Scorpio energy is a love of power. Pluto rules Scorpio. You know, Pluto is about power. Whoa, very, very interesting. He doesn't have any Aquarius placements, so he is not, surprise, surprise, guys, he is not a part of the Pluto and Aquarius energy. I wish I knew which house is ruled by Aquarius for him, but without his birth time, there's no way to know that. North Node in Gemini. So he's done that. I mean, Gemini is about being social and it's about communication. I mean, yeah, inventing meta. That's about communication. So, I mean, he's lived his purpose, or he's living his purpose. He's chased his North Node. But unfortunately, like, did you forget your humanity? He also has his Chiron in Gemini. So his North Node, when you have Chiron on your North Node, one of the other things that you have to really be careful about is like chasing your North Node destiny, but to your detriment. So this is like putting that Gemini communication energy, which would be like his platform. And what goes along with that is the money and the power, right? So it would be like putting that above everything. Now, Scorpio moons on the positive side can be incredibly loyal, incredibly caring. Like if you really love someone or something, you can transform worlds. You know, you can like just climb every mountain. You can go through hell and back for that person and create transformation in yourself and in them and even in the world around you. But you have to be open. You have to have an open heart. And if you don't, if you block that off with moon and Scorpio, you can become very cold and unfeeling. And I'll cut him a little bit of slack here. He has a difficult chart. This just is not someone who was born with a lot of compassion. I mean, Neptune in Capricorn, boss energy, desire for success, conjunct Jupiter in Capricorn. Neptune can also confuse us, or it can be like the Hollywood lights. So for him, that's like being blinded by success, with both of those being in Capricorn. Mars and the moon, a desire for power, like a love of power, the moon, what you love. Mercury in Aries. Oh, Lord. I mean, and that is, again, the warrior. So, like, at the 29th anaretic degree, just like JD Vance had that anaretic degree of his Libra moon. These people are very intense. I mean, and with a Taurus, you're not going to convince them. So it doesn't surprise me that when Billie Eilish appealed to, you know, his sensibility, asked him to be a little more compassionate and was even humorous about it, it doesn't surprise me that he didn't crack a smile. With Mercury and Aries, the way that he thinks is like set in stone, and he uses his thoughts to fight. Mercury and Aries, the warrior. Yeah. I mean, this person is just, you can't really get through to him. You really can't. All the placements are incredibly intense and incredibly fixed. Okay. So makes sense. Makes sense. Okay. Now, moving on This is the story that I have been so excited about. Oh my God. Okay, so I think that Demi Lovato won Halloween. Oh wait, more people are in here. Lawyer Moog, woo woo, from the other room. Hi, Nancy. How's it going? Yeah, it does check out for him, doesn't it? Oh my God. Okay, you guys, this is so, well, I find this so funny. We're going to end on a positivity note. I know this one's like really short, but I'm actually going to film our Patreon videos and our members only and put that up right after this. And I just wanted to finish our, earlier live stream. Didn't want to leave it open-ended. Okay. Demi Lovato dresses as her Poot meme for Halloween. Thought I'd let Poot Lovato out, she says. So Poot originated on Tumblr in 2015, and I asked ChatGPT to write a little blurb, a little something that we can share summarizing the lore of Poot Lovato. Because if you guys, have y'all heard of this? Do y'all know? Are we all aware of this? Oh my God. Michael said, baby, I don't know what that means. Maybe he hasn't heard of Poot Lovato. So let's discuss. Guys, I forgot to pull a card for Mark Zuckerberg. Do we care? Let's pull one card before we move on to the lore of Poot Lovato. 7 of Wands in reverse. I mean, this is war fighting. I think he's feeling a little defeated, but he definitely, like I said, Mercury and Aries, he wants a good fight. He's plotting now. He's up to something. Not at all. No. Okay. Well, listen up, Michael. You're going to love it. Okay. So first of all, let me say that I love that Demi dressed up as Poot Lovato. That just shows such humor, self-awareness. Love her. I think that's hilarious that she did that, and definitely hands down the winner of Halloween this year. So here's what ChatGPT had to say. I basically just said, ChatGPT, please give a humorous retelling of the history of the meme and the fan theories and life story of Poot Lovato. I'll also include a video in the comments here, or no, in the description box. Nay, the description box. For anybody who wants to watch a quick 11-minute video after this explaining the lore of Poot Lovato. I was laughing so hard, you guys. I was like, I could not handle it. All right, here we go. The birth of Poot. Once upon a time in 2015, Nancy, haha. Once upon a time in 2015, in the wild era of Tumblr memes and over-filtered selfies, a single unflattering photo of Demi Lovato escaped into the world like a digital cryptid. The photo, snapped under tragic fluorescent lighting and from the most cursed angle known to mankind, didn't look quite like the glamorous pop star we all know. Now, correction, ChatGPT, sometimes ChatGPT messes up. Correction, turns out Poot Lovato, the photo, was not really Demi. And she's spoken about this in interviews, how at first it actually did hurt her feelings because she thought it was a real photo of her that people were making fun of. She said, but then she saw a post from a fan that was a side-by-side of the real image and then the edited image of Poot Lovato. And it wasn't even her. So then she said that she thought it was funny and started getting into the lore herself. And she's even posted about it. And then now dressed up for Halloween. So we don't have to feel bad because it wasn't even really her. Somebody like widened her face and jaw and like made her look more pale. Anyway, so funny. So here we go. We continue on this journey together, guys. Someone on Tumblr posted it with the caption, "This is Poot. She is Demi Lovato's twin sister. She was locked in a basement her whole life. And thus, Poot Lovato was born, an alternate universe version of Demi, who had never seen the sun, had no concept of fame, and was now adjusting to life in the real world, armed only with a blunt bob and confused facial expression." I don't know if I can get through all this. This is too funny. The life and times of Poot. In true internet fashion, it didn't stop at one post. Fans began crafting an entire backstory for Poot Lovato, a tragic yet strangely inspiring saga. Birthplace. The Lovato family basement, where she allegedly survived on Capri Suns and broken dreams. I don't think I can do this, you guys. Y'all might should watch the video. Personality. Shy, misunderstood, and possibly allergic to stage lighting. Career. rumored to be working on her own album titled Locked Away, featuring mold in parentheses, or Don't Forget Me in the basement. Also, somebody like this lore went so deep in 2015, you guys. I think that's what is so funny about it, is that like fans just ran with it. They just went nuts. They created an entire world. There were like Wattpad stories about Poot Lovato. There was even a fake Justin Bieber character created called Joob Bieber, Joob, who was rumored to have dated Poot Lovato. Like, it's just like the fans went so crazy. I mean, it's just so funny to me. And one of the fans went on to create like, what was it? Different songs from Poot Lovato. One was, the song Cool for the Summer. What was it? Warm for the Winter. I don't know. Just like all of these little plays on Demi's songs. So funny. Okay. Some claimed Poot was the true artist behind Skyscraper, while others argued she ghost wrote Cool for the Summer while hiding behind the furnace. Wait, what? Poot is, Michael said, Poot is hot. He's lost his mind. Not as hot as you, though, babe. Thanks, Michael. Nancy, I'm glad you're here laughing with me. And Michael, I'm glad you think Poot's hot. I agree. Poot is gorgeous. Okay. Because the internet loves conspiracy, several fan theories emerged to explain the truth behind Poot Lovato. Number 1, the clone theory. Poot was said to be a government-issued Demi clone gone wrong. The photo was allegedly a leak from Area 51. Nice. Number 2, the Mandela effect theory. Some fans swore they remembered Poot performing at the VMAs once, meaning maybe she's real in a parallel universe. Number 3, the PR stunt theory. A few people actually thought Demi's team made it up to keep her relatable. Yes, because nothing says relatable like being trapped in a basement. Yeah, how is that relatable? You have a twin sister that you've locked in your basement? I don't know about fan theory number 3. I would go with 1 or 2. Okay, Demi's reaction. Here we go. Demi Lovato, the actual human, was not amused. Not at first, you guys. For a while, she tried to ignore it, but eventually addressed it online, making it clear that Poot was not real. Of course, the internet collectively said, "Sure, Jan," and kept the meme alive for years. Okay, ChatGPT leaves a lot out. This is how we know AI is not taking over the world yet. Because there was a lot. Don't worry. You guys can watch the full video. Oh my God. Because I'm barely making it through this. The legacy of Poot. Here we go. As we come to a close, you guys. Today, Poot Lovato lives on as a meme icon, a symbol of the early internet's chaotic creativity and the kind of humor that only made sense at 2 a.m. on Tumblr, or here at 11:16 p.m. in the tea time community. She resurfaces now and then like a full moon. There's a full moon tomorrow, reminding us that no pop star is safe from bad lighting or the power of fan fiction. Some say if you listen closely to an old Tumblr dashboard, you can still hear her whisper. I can't. I'm Poot. It's nice to meet you. Why is this so funny? Okay. And then ChatGPT asked me, would you like me to write this in a mockumentary script style next? Like a fake Netflix true crime special called The Untold Story of Lovato? I didn't respond to ChatGPT on that one. Oh my God. Too funny. Okay, guys. Well, I love y'all so much. Thank you for hanging out with me and indulging me in this little quick part 2, just to tie our part 1 live stream from earlier today in a bow. Another, like, one last little funny thing about the Poot Lovato lore in this video that I watched, and I will share it with you guys in the description. One of the things that they said was that people started to make it their own. Like, you take the first letter of your name, and then, like, so for example, I would be like Boot Mogensen, like Boot Madrid Mogensen. And then people were starting to like create their own version of themselves as like a Poot Lovato type character. Oh, so funny. So in part 1, I was like crunched down because my microphone was like this and my hair was back. And I was thinking while I was watching that video, I was like, I feel like part 1 of my live stream earlier today was like me as Boot Madrid Mogensen. Anyway, those are my thoughts. Love you guys so much. Thank you for hanging out with me. You know, and may all of our wait, what did you guys say? Hi, Whitney. How's it going? So excited I made it to at least one of these. Oh my God. I'm so sorry, Whitney, that it's over. Bye. You guys, we should all be so lucky to have our own little evil twin basement dwelling version of ourselves. It's definitely me on a Saturday morning. So we'll take this with us, Michael Poot Poot. Guys, it's too good. It's too good. Poot Mogensen, yes, please. Michael, you would be Moot Mogensen, and Whitney, you would be Woot Rose, and Nancy, you would be Newt. So with that, we shall take that with us forth this week. All right, I love y'all. Thank you so much for hanging out with me. If you guys are patrons or members, keep an eye out for a quick video coming out tonight about the manifesting. We're in the 111 portal. Looks like things are going well, just based on tonight. I feel like it's coming true. We also have a full moon tomorrow. I guess that's why Poot Lovato is resurfacing. But yeah, we'll get to that. Nancy Newt. Lawyer Mook says, I'm important. What? Michael, has one of the dogs stolen your phone? Just ask me. Oh my God. Okay. Y'all are cracking me up. Oh, snap. Moot Mogensen. All right. I love y'all. I'm delirious. I'll talk to y'all soon. Whitney, sorry this was so quick in and out, but I love y'all. Bye, guys. Have a good night.